All right, so I am gonna make another video because, you guys are talking about, some of you guys are talking about, this is your first time taking a online course, and you might be a brand new student to FSW as well. I'm not brand new, student at least, or professor at FSW, but this is my first time teaching online. So, you know, last, this past semester in the spring, obviously we all converted to online, but online is typically a little stricter and a little more free than ground course. So I am working through it as well, and based on your messages and emails, obviously I'm replying to them, and when there's enough concern, it probably means that I didn't do a very good video the last two times. So I'm going to do another video here, and hopefully we will listen, and hopefully I explain things better, and this helps me as well. So I'm not blaming you by any means. I want the feedback because it gives me a chance to become better and put out a better first video as well. So please be patient with me. Please feel free to ask as many questions that you guys want, because again, my goal is for you guys to be successful, okay? So obviously you guys have some speed bumps as you're going along. Now, as I understand it, that typically with the summer course, especially as a freshman, typically the summer courses are don't come with financial aid. It's on your own. I know that you're probably paying out of pocket, or someone else is paying for it. However, everything is still yours and not necessarily financial aid. So with that being said, I understand, okay, but there are things that are out of my hand that are rules with the science and math, which is the School of Pure Applied Sciences, that is out of my control. So there's a couple of things I can, lean back on a little bit, and some things that I have to keep strict with you guys. So first concern, webcams. So I was searching for some webcams, and what I noticed is that, like, for example, this one right here seems like a pretty good webcam for 27 bucks. Yes, $5 cheap shipping, so about $31, and they only have 10 left. All right. So, and it's, obviously, oops, wrong one, with 10 ratings at 5 is pretty good. Now, my expectation is not for you guys to be spending hundreds of, like, $105. I don't want you to do that. I want something that is just going to be enough. Now, here's the part that you have to understand. Whatever amount that you're spending on these cameras are going to be able to be used over and over for all of your online courses. And I got a feeling that as we go, the webcam is going to be used more and more. I know that School of Pure and Applied Sciences has started that as a requirement for all the online proctorial courses, or all the online courses, because we use Proctorial. And rules and laws are always made because one person screwed things up. And the way that people screw things up is because after a room scan, now they are, they're figuring out a way to cheat and stuff like that. So that's the reason why they want a whiteboard and everything else. But anyways, when I looked at this webcam here for whatever amount of money, $26, $31 altogether, it arrives during that time, right? So your concern is, but my first practice exam is due on the 18th. Now, when I tell you on the calendar, the time that you really need the camera is during this week right here, the 24th to the 29th, okay? So this is the week, the 25th to the 31st, I should say. This is the week that you are going to be assigned your first exam, and that is when you're going to need it, okay? And I want to talk a little bit more about that as we go, all right? So, but if you go to, let's say, I'm scrolling down here. So the 31, okay, so some of these deliver 3 to 7 days. So this one right here is 37. Decent, not great, you know, that's not 3 to 7 days. So I would tell you to search a little bit. Like I said, I would probably say around $40 is probably about the right camera price to pay. This is May 22nd to June 1st. This is free shipping for $39. It's not too shabby. Looks like it's only 4 ratings, so that doesn't really help the rating aspect of it. But I figured that this would be a good place to kind of start. And then when I looked at Walmart, Walmart also has cheaper cameras as well. Not enough reviews for me to say, hey, get this one, right? So like this one right here is 22 bucks, and it would tell you when you select, and when it doesn't tell you like when it's going to ship to you, is because you haven't chosen something. So it only has 6 left, and then it would deliver by May 22nd. Okay, so Walmart has them online as well. So that's number 1. Okay, number 2, actually before I do that, in terms of the webcam, so the practice exam, if you are not getting your webcam until after the 18th, I will allow you to use your internal camera on your laptop, okay, as a camera. The other thing I'm trying to do and seeing if it will work is downloading a webcam app on the phone, but I don't know if it will work with Proctorio or not. So that's what I'm also trying to figure out. If that was the case, then I would obviously bring that forth to you. My goal is to have you spend the least amount of money possible. I don't want you to spend too much money. So I'm trying to, I really am trying. So please understand that. So again, you need the webcam. You won't need the webcam for the practice exam for the Proctorio in your attendance verification. However, you will need it during this week, okay? So anywhere between the 25th and the 31st, because that's when exam 1 would be open, okay? So that's what I want you to understand about webcam. All right, so done with webcam. So next thing was whiteboard, okay? So I made a whole list of what to talk about. So whiteboard, I said to you guys that you guys could buy one of these that you guys probably see. It might have been in your locker door at school. It might be on someone's bedroom door. It might be on the refrigerator for your shopping list. So you can buy one of these if you guys want to. You know, it's $5.50. It's not too bad, but obviously you need dry erase markers as well. This comes with a small one. I don't know if that would last you for the whole semester. Okay. You know, if you're gonna do as I'm looking at this, you know, these 2 things here, the eraser and the cleaner, is not really necessary. You could just get these erasers. I mean, these markers here. I would tell you that not all markers are created equal, okay? Some markers won't last very long. Some markers will last longer, okay? The Expos tend to last longer than the generic ones. That is very true, all right? And when you store these, make sure you store them top down so that the ink will go towards the tip instead of top up, because then the ink will kind of flow away. All right, so you could essentially buy one of these for $6, $7. They have them at Walmart. This one happens to be at Target, and looks like you can ready within 4 hours of order to pick up. So that means they have it in store. Okay. Now the other thing I was going to bring up was, this is where I found this. So I just did a buy small whiteboard, and a bunch of these came up. But again, we don't have a Uline store here, or a Oriental Trading company here, okay? So I figured I'd pick out the Target and everything else. So the maximum size you can get is the 14 by 11, okay? That is the maximum size you can have, okay? 11 inches is as wide as it can go. 14 inches is as tall as it can be, okay? So the other thing I was talking about, because someone asked me that they didn't understand what I was talking about. Now, this is a video of, this person did a lot more. He was making a dry erase table, okay? So he actually essentially glued this piece on top of a table that he made. So this is a very thin piece of wood. It's called paneling. So if you go to Home Depot and say, where are your paneling or your smaller size paneling, because these paneling typically come by 4 feet by 8 feet. So it's humongous. But they also have 2 feet by 4 feet, okay? So like, for example, so this is a table saw here. So a 2 feet by 4 feet could essentially, so in terms of cutting it, obviously you want to, do that right there, and that will cut it. And this is probably closer to a 2 by 2. So what you want to do is, if the maximum size is 11 inches by 14 inches, then I would tell you to, here, let's do it this way. I would just throw in Word here. Open Word really quick, if it will go quicker. Okay, so let's say, for example, that I'm just going to do an insert and make a box. Okay, so let's say that this is a 2 feet by 4 feet. Okay, so there's a 2 feet by 4 feet piece. Okay, so let's say from there, fill, no fill, line, black line is fine. So what I could do from here, actually, is then cut this into thirds, okay? Or cut them at 14 inches, okay? Let me see, copy, paste. If I cut this into thirds, it will be 16 inches because 4 feet is 48 inches, right? And then I could do, and then cut this in half, okay? All right, if I cut this in half, oh geez, you can make more of these actually. Because if I cut 2 feet, and 2 feet and a half would be 12 inches, actually. So, whoa, what happened? Hello? Okay, so essentially you could do it this way, all right? So this way you have 6 pieces. So if you and your friends want to get together and kind of throw in money for it, you guys could do this as well. And then have, either your dad or your mom cut it for you, or if you want me to come by and we'll meet at a parking lot, I'll saw it down for you. But you can essentially get 6 pieces that 2 by 4 piece of paneling. And the paneling, again, looks pretty thin. So it looks like that's how thin it is, okay? So if you want to do that, that's a great idea. And then you can find those at Home Depot. And I think I said it was what, $10.50 or something like that for that one piece. And if you cut into 6 pieces, it's pretty darn cheap. So that's one. So you could buy it if you want to. Here's a magnetic one you can use. You can just leave it there on the side, or you can just cut up a bunch of boards and then, if you want to, sell it for $3 so your friends, and you'll make some money off of it for gas money. All right, let me see. All right, so that is done. Oh, the other thing was, in terms of if you're going to do it this way, maybe you should throw it in Canvas under discussions. All right, there's already a discussion started about a study group. I'm very happy about that, guys, that someone took charge and said, you know what, let's see if I can find a study group. Now, my suggestion is this. I would strongly suggest that the study group, and I'm going to talk more about it. You know what? I'm going to talk more about it later because it is on my list to talk about, so I'm going to leave that alone right now. So might want to just start a discussion post with whiteboard and see if there's 5 other people that are willing to come into it, that maybe someone has a table saw or a circular saw that's willing to cut those down to 11 by 14s, okay? Next thing was a scanner, okay? So some people told me that they didn't have a scanner. And some of you guys probably don't have a printer, but a lot of the printers do have a scanner on it. You just gotta download the software for it, and then you can scan it and put it on your computer. But if you do not, here is some scanning apps that you can download to your phone. They talk about some of the best apps that they think that they have, like ScanBot. I didn't know that Evernote had a scannable. So they had a bunch of picks. Adobe Scan, and then this is the one I use, is a Genius Scan, and it looks, the logo looks like this. Okay, so I've been very happy with it, so I can't really complain. It's I think it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty forward. Okay, and then calculator. I know that you guys are concerned about your calculator as well, because that's, again, money. So you have the TI-83s, which is something like this. Okay, this is an 84 plus. Here's a TI-83 plus, and then you can also get, where is it? What is it called? TI-84CE, I think it's called, something like this. Okay, yeah, plus CE. So you can get something like this. The nice part about this calculator is that it's actually rechargeable. You just plug in a USB and it will charge. Bad news about it is a lot more expensive. Okay, so if you look over here, the CE is not even on here as a price, but looks like this would be 78. Now, I saw this right here. I'm not, oh, this is just the case. That's why it's so cheap. But you're welcome to buy a used one, you know, if you want to save some money, right? So if you did the, let's see if CE just pops up, right? This is going to be close to the 150 area, 138. So you're going over $100 if you want to buy the CE. Again, nice part is rechargeable, so you don't have to worry about the battery. Bad part is expensive, okay? Now, don't look at these prices, because this is 10 calculators, okay? So, so that's why those are that expensive. Anyways, now you don't have to get a graphing calculator, not at all. So my suggestion is this: you can get a TI-30XS. That's all you really need. So even my, in college algebra, most of my students use this as well, okay? So it's 17 bucks. Let me see. I think 17 is the cheapest I found it. Oh, yeah, Best Buy for 16 bucks, okay? So what does it look like? It just looks like that, okay? The nice part about this is that you can actually see the fractions, right? You can actually see the fractions as fractions, all right? Unlike, like this one right here, you won't see the fractions at all. Okay, you won't see the fractions at all there. This one is okay, but you're not, again, your same thing, you're not gonna see the fractions at all. So the fraction looks like this, right? Pi divided by 2, where this one here will actually show you exactly what the fraction should look like. So that's the only reason why I do choose this over this. Okay, so I would tell you to get the TI-30XS, all right? So that's something to think about there. And again, it is, what did I say? Best Buy was 16 bucks. So 16 bucks versus 54, that's a used one even, right? So that's something to think about there, all right? Actually, let me go back one here, 78. Right? So there is definitely some price differences there as you're going, okay? So, oh, look at this one. Use one for 25. Maybe that's a good choice. And try Let Go and try on Facebook, the marketplace. It might not be a bad idea there to try them, okay? So that is calculator. Awesome. MyLabs Plus. So some of you guys still haven't registered with MyLabs Plus, okay? So I would tell you that you need to register for MyLabs Plus. And the ones that haven't registered with MyLabs Plus, you're going to get a special email from me about it. And some of you guys that are in my class of My Lives Plus, you're not registered in my class, which is kind of weird. So I got to figure out why that's going on. But if you haven't yet, the URL that you're using is fsw.mylabsplus.com. Okay? And when you enter it, don't Google, oh shoot, it made me Google search it. So I'm going to type it in because I use .mylabsplus.com. All right, just type it in, okay? Don't Google search it, because if you Google search it and you click on whatever My Lives Plus link there is, you might not get to the right site. This one has our logo on it, okay? Now, if you get like UF logo or FSU logo or Duke University logo, that means you're at the wrong My Lives Plus. Everything else looks the same except Florida Southwestern and this logo, okay? So those are the logos that actually don't go at all, okay? So if this is your first time, if you have taken this course before, if you have taken 1033 before, try your username and password. It might still work so that you don't have to spend extra money. If not, if this is your very first time, hit forgot your password down here, or yeah, forgot your password, and then type in your username. So if you notice, my username was jchan2, okay? And if I was a student, it would say jchan2@bucks.fsw.edu, and I'm just using the jchan2. So I would just type in jchan2 there and hit continue, and then it would just kind of go away. And then what you're going to do from there is that you're going to log into FSW, your portal here. And right on your home page, down in the center, you should see your Gmail, okay? And you'll get an email from support at pearson.com, okay? And then from there, reset your password. So right now you have no password. So, well, you have a password, you just don't know what it is. So you'll reset your password and then type in a password that you can remember, okay? It can be different from your portal password. And what else is there? It never expires. So it will stay with you until you decide to hit forgot your password, okay? So number one, from Pearson, they have told us that the two best browsers to use is Chrome or Firefox. I have not yet had an issue with Chrome. And the ones that have had issues with Chrome, this is what they could do. And this is something that you should do all the time anyways. And when you tell me, hey, there's some issues, I'll check into it. And I'll be like, hey, did you reset this and this and this? So this is where it is. So number one, if you don't have Google Chrome, Google search Google Chrome, and you can download Google Chrome, okay? Second, over here I am. This right here, the three dots, I think they call it a kebab. So when you click on that, hit setting. And under settings, you can go to, is it up here? It's not, okay. Hit advanced. In advanced, you will see, maybe it's not in advanced anymore. Oh, here it is, privacy and security. So it says clear browsing data. So you're gonna click on that. It has basic and advanced, okay? These two are the only things. So you can stay on basic. I would do all time and click on cookies and cache. These two, you can just clear the data. It doesn't reset your passwords. It doesn't blank out your passwords. It's just the stuff that other sites use, and it kind of puts data into your system that you can clear out. It'll clear it out and then basically restart. You don't have to restart Chrome, but just go back, leave My Lives Plus and go back in again. Okay, so now it's done. So now I can go back to My Lives Plus and hit sign in. Okay, so you're gonna see one of these, not three of these or more, okay? You're gonna see one of these, at least for me, and it doesn't matter which one you click. When you click on it, this is where you're probably gonna get your 3 choices of access code, pay later, or buy now, okay? So you already bought an access code, you can type that in. If not, you can click on buy now and buy it online right now. If you wanna do a pay later, you have 14 days, okay? What I've heard is that it is back ordered, okay, at the bookstore. So you can wait and just do the pay later. If the buy now tells you that, hey, it's, you know, back ordered or whatever, just do the pay later, okay? Just so that you can get in and start doing your homework and everything else. So when you click in, it will click you to, I believe, your homework right here. So assignments, all right? So all of your homework will be in My Labs Plus. Every single one here is your homework assignment, okay? So notice that there is a due date, okay? So 5/17 is from here to 3.4, and then 3.5 down is on the 24th. So these assignments will close on the 17th. So if you don't get it done by the 17th, it's done, no more, okay? Your grade book is in here as well. Okay, so you'll find all your grades here. This will be very important to you because if you hit show calculation, it will give you your homework average and your test average right here, okay? So as we go, when I send you like a grade calculator, here is where you will find your homework average and your test average, all right? You have other tools here as well. So you have an e-text, so you get actual electronic textbook. You can do a study plan, and in the study plan, you could go in and kind of really specify, if I hit all chapters here, you can really specify which chapter you want. So let's say you have questions about 3.7, then you can get some practice in that. If you have a question on 4.5, because that's typically where we have issues, here's some video questions, here is some practices that you can try and go. Now, the other thing that you can do on your homework assignments as well is that you can hit similar questions. So even if you get it right, you can still hit similar questions. So if you get this correct, down here, you can click similar question, all right? Sometimes it will throw you to the next problem, but then you can go back and click on that, all right? So let me close that. And what else is in here that I want you guys to look at? Oh, the other thing is that if you notice that in your assignments, I had opened these up. These are open, every single one of these assignments, because if I didn't assign them, that they wouldn't be here, okay? So right now, 5.1 on has no due date, if you notice that, okay? So my point to you is that I would tell you to work ahead, okay? Yes, exam 1 only goes to 4.3. Feel free to work ahead. It doesn't mean, so this is what typically happens. Because the due date's on the 17th, you guys are going to start working on these on the 16th of May. And then let's say Pearson goes down, and it does go down. And then you're gonna email me and going, I can't finish my homework because Pearson went down. And my reply is going to be, I hope that you learned your lesson, okay? So I'm a pretty straightforward guy. I'm not going to like butter anything up, all right? I'm not gonna give you extra frosting on your cake, all right? So I'm pretty forward. So when I say, hey, I hope you learn your lesson, I mean it, all right? So please feel free to work ahead. And I'm gonna tell you, every single second that you have time to work ahead, all right? I still have to do 2 more notes, and then everything else, you'll have all the notes for the rest of the semester, all right? Let me see. So And then the other thing is that when you click on these, sometimes you will see a red box right here where this favorite is. You'll see a red box. I know actually it's something with an X through it, I think. Click on it and hit always allow, because it's basically, it was blocking stuff coming from Pearson. Click it and hit always allow. Okay, and that way it will remember on your computer. Now, if it's a school computer, it'll always forget that, so you'll click allow, and then 2 hours later, it'll forget that, you'll have to click allow again. Okay, so just keep an eye up here. If you see a red X, click on it, because chances are it needs your permission to allow it to open up a new page. Okay, all right, so that's everything with MyLabs Plus. All right, so in Canvas. So you logged in, I logged in here. Oops, okay. I logged in here. Now I did. So I go to Canvas, and I'm going to show you your course. Oh, it's going so fast. All right, so I'm gonna click on here, and I'm gonna do the student view, because then you know what you see. Okay, so I'm in student view here. So this is exactly what you see. All right, so here's the discussions. So in home, if you haven't even done this yet, if you haven't even looked at this is your first time looking at it, as I'm looking at it, then hit start here. Okay, start here is going to go through the whole course in terms of what you need to do before you even start your first homework assignment. Okay, so after that, don't go to home and go, okay, now I gotta scroll through this page again, click next, scroll through this page again and hit next. I would tell you then go to your modules. When you go to your modules, everything that is assigned is showing up. So everything here. So if you did start here, this is where it would start. Then it will go to this, 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 all right? So you need to get this part done. And this will help you register. This will get you your stuff done. Now, obviously, there is a calculator tutorial for the TI 83 and 84. Again, it's not necessary for you to get in terms of monetarily speaking. Here are the 3 things you need to do before the 18th, okay? Before the 18th. 18th is a Sunday? Ooh, it's a Monday. So the 17th, sorry. So you gotta get it done by the 17th, okay? It shouldn't be 18th. It should be the 17th. But because I already put it down as the 18th, I'll leave it alone. All right, so these 3 is gonna tell me to tell financial aid, hey, they showed up to class. If you don't get these 3 done, then you never showed up to class, okay? Now, this part right here, I'm gonna be tough on you, okay? So make sure that you read all the instructions before you do this, because if something is off, I'm gonna say, nope, fail. You're gonna have to redo it. Nope, fail. You're gonna have to redo it. Nope, fail. You're gonna have to redo it, okay? And I wanna tell you what is wrong, and then you're just gonna have to fix it. So that this way you know what you have to do for the exams. That's number 1. Number 2, if you don't have a webcam during this quiz, it's okay. I don't have a problem with it. But I would tell you to practice with that webcam. Don't plug that webcam in the first time when you are taking the exam, okay? Because if something goes wrong because of your error, then you get a 0 because of your error and not my error, okay? I want you guys to understand that, okay? So practice it, practice it, practice it, and then go, okay, I'm ready to take the exam. Now let's continue on, okay? And then your homework assignments are here. Oh, well, not your homework assignments, but your resources are here. So this is my notes, and it goes along with my live lecture. And then this is other resources that you can obviously go through if you want to. Now, while you're working here, you're more than welcome to click here. It will bring you to the login page. It will bring you to, excuse me, to this page right here, okay? So that is it's a great thing, because obviously you got to toggle back and forth between Canvas and MyLabs Plus. So after you're done with this, you're okay, I understand everything. I'm gonna go and do my 3.1 homework. Now, if you notice that my video is kind of on a site, it's called Kaltura. And Kaltura helped me close caption and also, what's the other word? It closed captions and, oh, it gives me a transcript, okay? So if you click on this video right now, it's gonna give you closed caption, but it won't give you transcript. So here's the other place that you can find these videos. So in case if you're working, you didn't want to click on 3.1 again, you can go media gallery. If you hit the media gallery, it'll take a little bit of time to load. It'll take a little time to load. Authorize. It'll take a little time to load. It'll take a little time to load. Okay, so this is broken down by exams right now, but you can always go to all the media and say, okay, I want it in order. It'll think, and then it'll put, so 3.1 all the way to 6.2, all the way to 8.2, okay? So the only ones that I'm missing is 5.6, 5.7, and 5.8, okay? So you can click here and you can go. So if I click on a video here, I don't need to hear me talk. So you can hit closed captioning, English. Hello, okay? And then you can hit also the transcript. So this is a transcript of everything that I'm saying. So when you click the video, equations, all right? So on a coordinate system. All right, so there's the closed captioning, and then notice that it highlights what I'm talking as I'm going, and that's a really long transcript, okay? This is a 22-minute transcript, okay? So it's basically translating my voice to text as it gives the closed captioning as well. So that is all in here. Wow, excuse me. All right, so you can always go to Media Gallery and all of my videos will be there, all right? If you want the PDF, so my suggestion is this. When you're in modules and you go here, I would tell you to open this on a separate page. So right click, new tab. Oh, never mind, it downloads it, okay? So this way you have this in front of you or print it out. You have this in front of you as I'm going through the video. All right, so this way, when I'm going through the video, you're like, oh, okay, now I know what he's talking about. Printing out is nice just because you can write on here some notes of maybe some things I said that I didn't write down, right? That might help you. Or maybe something that you can't read, you're like, oh, he said 9,000, so that must be 9,000. He said this is 8,000, that must be 8,000, okay? So that's something to think about there. Let me see. Now, we've been talking about, now, the other thing I wanted to bring up to you that these notes and this video is very different from the notes and videos from MyLabs Plus, okay? I figure, all these years of teaching this level of math, I found, certain things that worked for you guys that the higher level didn't work, or some of these videos didn't work for them, okay? So let me see what else is there. So we talked about a little bit about lab work, and lab work, I can't tell you guys where I'm gonna post it, but I will tell you this. I will post it in the modules, and it's probably gonna be between 3.4 and 3.5. This will probably have an addition right in here that will say lab work, open, this date to this date, kind of like this, okay? Kind of like the exam, but it will have an open date. When you click on it, it will send you to wherever you need to be sent to get what you need to get, okay? So that's where I'll put lab work. Now, syllabus. If you ever need to find my syllabus, you can go back to the modules, and if you scroll down, you see syllabus and textbook information, syllabus information. It will download, you'll open it, and I would tell you, like, everything that I highlighted, you should read. That's number one. All right, here's the grading policy. More importantly, here is a very important page right here. This is page number 8, okay? It's a very important date. page. So if you notice, there's open dates and closing dates. That means I'm going to open the assignment that day and close it that day. Now, it's not really important for the assignments because all of your assignments are open. I'm just going to have closing dates on them. Now, I want you guys to understand something. Notice that this says the 20. So notice that this is the exam and the review. Okay, exam and the review. The exam will open on the 25th. It will close on the 31st. So anytime during those 2 dates, okay, so 25th to the 31st, let's look at the calendar, 25th to the 31st, okay, so this whole week, it's open. Sunday at midnight, if you haven't taken it, it's gone. You did not take that exam. So you have the whole week to take it, okay? So same thing as what I'm fearing right now is that the attendance verification, it closes on the 17th. So you guys are like, well, I put down the 18th, so you guys are fine. So you guys might say, well, I got this practice quiz on the 18th. Well, no, you have a practice quiz somewhere between 5/11 and 5/17. Okay, you can take it anytime you want to during those 2 dates. Okay, I want you guys to understand that. So the exam will open on the 25th and close on the 31st. So if you're not ready on the 25th, it's okay. But you better be darn ready on the 31st. Because if you don't get it done by midnight, it is done. It is a 0. It's done. Finite. Okay, done. Got it? All right. Nothing like scaring you guys. I'm not trying to scare you guys. I just want to kind of push you guys so that you guys understand how critical some of these things are. All right. So I talked about media gallery. I talked about lab work. So your next question is, where are the exams going to be? The exams are going to be under quizzes. When you click quizzes, the exam will be right here. Exam 1, 2, 3, 4, and the final exam. So all the quizzes will be in here. My exams will be 25 multiple choice questions. Unlike the lab work, so lab work is going to be probably 10 questions, all multiple choice. You got to show work for all 10 questions, and then you're going to scan and submit that, okay? And most likely it's going to be, it's going to download, and then you're going to do it, and then you're going to submit the prompts. Where these exams will actually come out as multiple choice, and it'll be right on the screen. It's not going to be a PDF. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that. All right. And on the exams, there's no work that needs to be shown, except obviously the whiteboard is for you guys to do work on the scrap piece of scrap piece of paper, but it's on the whiteboard, and then you got to erase it at the end and show your board and everything else. Okay. So that is where it's going to be. And the Proctorio will automatically come up. Make sure that you have downloaded the Proctorio extension, okay? Now, you do have Zoom right here in Canvas as well. So you could go right here. I don't know if you can do a previous meeting. You can start a meeting. You should be able to start a meeting, but I don't know why this is not upcoming meetings. Nothing happens. Okay, so that's why I want you guys to download the Zoom app. So if I schedule something, then it would be listed right here on the upcoming meetings, and then you can click on it. Now, discussions. There's discussions. So there is talked about study group right now. Looks like there's 13 of you guys talking right now. Awesome, love it. Now, with study groups, two suggestions. You can either use Zoom, or you can use this right here, which is Microsoft Teams, okay? Microsoft Teams, you'll get something like this, okay? You can still video with each other. Basically, this is messaging, but with multiple people, okay? So I want you guys to kind of think about that also. So, but you can also always do Zoom. You can share your screen with Zoom and everything else, okay? You guys have essentially a free account, but it's not a real account. It's like anybody else's account. So your meetings would be about 40 minutes. Now, if you guys want a longer time and I'm not using my Zoom, you can tell me whom, or I can start the meeting and let you guys be in it and stay out of it where you guys can Zoom as long as you want. I just became the host, but you guys can do whatever you guys want from there and be able to share screen with each other and everything else. So I can make that happen. All right. So I don't know why this came up here. You guys don't see it. All right. What else on the discussion? So study group wise, I would strongly suggest that the group size be anywhere from 3 to 5. I think 4 is ideal, but somewhere between 3 and 5. Please don't have a group of 13, okay? Now, if the group of 3s and 5s want to get together and kind of do a whole session together, that's great. Go for it. And Zoom can handle that. Zoom can actually handle up to 300 people. So I don't think that the study group is going to be 300 people, but it would be great if you guys want to say, hey, look, we got a whiteboard here. Let me show you guys what I did and see if you guys like it, right? You can, and you know, everything that I'm doing right now is a Zoom recording of my talk right now, sharing my screen. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. Now I can do this Zoom meeting also on my iPad and record the screen as well. And I could then show, basically use my Apple Pencil and be able to write on OneNote and show you work that way. Okay, so some great ideas there as well. Let me see what else. And here's maybe where you might want to start a new discussion, add discussion, and hit down, hey, does anybody, you know, also want to split costs on this whiteboard that we're going to cut up? And then hopefully other people will. And then, like, if you have questions, let me know. Bring it up to me. I'm good with that. Okay, and that is pretty much all that I wanted to talk about with Canvas, and hopefully that will help you. Now, tutor.com, you do have some time that you can use tutor.com, okay? I don't know what the specific times are. I believe it's on the syllabus. All right, so here is the question. What do you need, what should you download on the phone and on your computer? So on your phone, you should download. Oh, the other thing is you can also find the videos here. The channel is Professor Chan, okay? And when you go into, that's not what I want. You will see a link called playlist, and you will see intermediate algebra. So you can just click on intermediate algebra. Great, it's gonna play. Now, nice part about YouTube is that it also does closed captioning as well. But I also put these in order, okay? So this is 3.1, 3.2. The problem is that when you get to, like, you know, chapter 4, it's gonna be a totally different number, but this is all in order, okay? Just so that you know that this is the very end. Oops, not that part. 29 is the last notes, and 1 is the very first notes, okay? So this way you can kind of go and everything else. And so you can always go on YouTube and look these up, okay? Again, you would just search for Professor Chan and you'll see Baby Yoda. It's all Baby Yoda, okay? Oh, look, other things come up too. And just click playlist and then just click intermediate algebra, okay? All right, this was a video of me showing my mom how to make a mask with just regular fabric. Anyways, so on your computer, Zoom. On your phone, Zoom. Both the same, okay? Now, what does Zoom look like on your computer? Computer will look something like this, right? There's chat, there's meetings, contacts. Obviously, right now I'm doing Zoom with this recording. So you can click join, and you can click join, and then you can put my PMI, which means personal meeting ID in, which is same as my cell phone number, okay? And then that won't get a hold of me. You'll just have to let me know, hey, do you mind Zooming? Or I'll say, hey, let's Zoom right now, 585-737-9694, and then you just type in join, and then I'll be there. I'll be there. All right, so their Zoom needs to be downloaded, both the computer and the phone. And then what else on your phone? I mean, on your computer? You should download Chrome. Okay, that should be your default browser all the time, anyways. Safari is great. I've used Safari for years, but Google Chrome has, in my opinion, has blown it out of the water. Even through my years of coaching, Google Chrome has blown it out of the water. And then the extension for Proctorio. When you go through the Proctorio stuff, it will ask you to download it anyway. So that'll be done as well. Okay. What do I have here? That's Google Chrome. Now, this is Canvas for Students. Download this app on your phone. When you click in here, you'll see your course, you'll see to-do list, and you'll also see the inbox. The inbox is over here on the side, right? Here's the inbox. So the inbox is where you will send me messages, which most of you guys know. And then you got your student resources. The student resources is very helpful because you have the Proctorio guide here, student Canvas guide here. Okay, so all of that stuff in here. Now you could click help in the help desk for Canvas, help desk for FSW, all right? And then there's this resource thing, which is kind of cool as well, okay? So I would tell you to go ahead and download Canvas for Students, all right? It's very easy because it's basically, you're gonna use it like a text message, but the Canvas, the videos, you can send them with bigger files, okay? So if you send me a text, when I reply to you and my video reply is too long, then it's gonna tell me I can't send it, it's too large. So, or email it, I can't send it via email as well. So I have to send it through Canvas. So this is where you would get your stuff. So Zoom, Genius Scan, Canvas on your phone, Chrome, Zoom, and then Proctorio extension on your laptop or your computer, okay? I hope this helps. I know, again, the cost is there. I know that it's a struggle. I understand that. But the nice part, see, the downside of your MyLabs Plus subscription is that once you pass this class, that subscription is gone, done, right? Just like a textbook, it's not used again. And you can't sell it back because it's an access code. So it's kind of like a license. And then, but the webcam can be used in multiple classes, right? Just because it's English class doesn't mean that you can't use a webcam. Just because it's a science online class, and obviously online is what I'm talking about, it can be, you know, other applications to it down the road. You have a webcam, okay? Your camera broke on your laptop, you have a webcam, awesome, right? And then the calculator, you're gonna be able to use it the rest of your life. And if you don't, that you can sell back, right? You can sell it to someone else. I have a TI-84 Plus CE here, and I've used it for years, or at least the years that I've been here in FSW. But I have like calculators that galore that I've used, right? And that has always stayed with me just because I'm a math professor, so I have to use them. But those are the things I want you guys to understand, okay? Now, you guys were maybe asking about my OneNote. OneNote. And this is where where I write all your notes, okay? Obviously, it's all done here this way. So if you were to, let's say, do the study group and you're using your iPad, maybe OneNote might be a good app to download on your iPad as well, so that you can actually write all of these things out. Yes, it's my ugly handwriting, I understand that. So, and I have it all, obviously, depending on the levels as well, okay? So I hope that all of this helps with answering some questions. I know this video is a little long. You might have to look at it, you know, 2 different times. It's okay. Maybe pause it in the middle and then come back to it. Or I want to keep this video because I want you to be able to go back to it multiple times, okay? I hope it helps. See ya.